What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to KvltDeFi. This is the channel where we bring you really the latest and greatest innovations in tech in decentralized finance. I want to start by saying something very important before we continue. Is anybody here actually happy with what's happening at the markets right now? I would like to hear from you guys. It seems to me, and I've been watching quite a bit of Somi lately, and it seems to me that no matter what happens, people are just dragging us down and down and down and down and down. And I will be the first person to say that it's extremely difficult to be bullish all the time, right? We all know that, right? It's extremely difficult to be bullish all the time. But if you, as Somi says, you have to believe in something, right? And if you believe that Pulse Chain is where it's at, then you're on my team, right? You're on my team. And like I always say, where is it? It's over there. That says it all. It says my dev is better than yours, because if you're going to be anywhere and you're looking for projects and you're looking for teams, you look for communities and all the rest of it, then this is the place to be, right? This is the place to be. Who we got? So More Wealth Les says, love in the market drop, it's time to buy. Yes, I agree with that, right? But you know, if everybody says, oh, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, but it seems that we've just been buying dips for years. for absolutely years, and it seems like it's forever down. I'm not talking about Pulse Chain specifically, I'm talking about everything, right? Because I don't know as well if you guys have been watching the conference, the Pulse Chain conference is going on. I would recommend watching the stream yesterday. I definitely recommend watching the stream yesterday that went on. I can't remember who's. I saw it on Oris Max's channel, but I think it was actually Miguel, Dollar Cost Crypto. I think it was actually his channel that was actually streaming it. Very good, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. A lot of hex talk, really, but we got to some good bits in the markets, right? I'll just jump into the chat here quickly and see. So we've got Morwell says algo time. We will be talking about that. Jay Ripto said it's a bloody mess. It is a bloody mess. It is a bloody mess. But like the next message says, buy when the markets are bloody, right? When everyone is absolutely crying, and I think people are crying right now. DJ Headskin says, "Yo, welcome." Jeffrey says we have. Xanon says, "I don't like them charts. I don't look at them. I generally don't look at like day-to-day charts. You know what I mean? Unless there's some news coming out, and unless it's maybe one of our protocols or something like that, then I will. But generally, I don't look at charts. It's the long-term vision. I have the long-term vision about all of this." And the future is bright when we think long term, right? You know, when in doubt, zoom out and have a look at it all. So that was just my little rant, right? I wanted to get out of the way because I want to get onto some nice fun stuff. Feel My Pulse says, hello fellas, let's fucking go Algo PUSD. Yes, let's go Algo PUSD. Right, okay, well, we might as well start with Algo PUSD because that's what people are looking for and waiting for right now. Okay, so big news, Oracle is here, waiting for Signum. Signum has kind of dragging its heels a little bit, I guess, over the last, I want to say the last sort of 3 weeks. We were kind of tittering on the edge of getting about the last 3 weeks, and there's been some delays with some of the Signum guys. That was okay. Then I know that Superman was in. He's actually spent quite a lot of time in the Signum Telegram quite lately. Actually, speaking with Stu, I believe that they have a live stream set up as soon as Signum goes live. I will be speaking to Stu as well when Signum goes live. But because we need Signum, right? We need an Oracle, right? We need an Oracle, and most importantly, we don't just need the price feeds. What we need is, well, for PUSD, we need the price feeds. For all of the other protocols, we really need the RNG. But I've been speaking to, regarding PUSD, I've been speaking to really a lot of people now over the last six or 7 weeks, really, since it's got a bit of a rebirth now that we've heard that Signum is coming along. And a lot of people are quite bullish on it. A lot of people are holding off. They're going to sacrifice. They've told me they're going to sacrifice, but they're holding off until we start to see some numbers come up, and especially at the markets, right? Because basically whatever you put in today, a month ago, it was worth double, right? Things are going just down, down, down. And when we're asking people to front money on a project that's not, or a protocol that's not even really out there yet, it can be quite difficult, but we're doing okay, right? People are absolutely bullish on this protocol. I want to say that I was talking to Jacob, actually now, if I'm telling the truth, it was about 10 days ago, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago, when we were discussing it. And the Signum Git book and all the white paper and all the rest of that, that's all going to be changing format, right? So if you are a player on Pulse Mafia or BNB Mafia, and you have a look at the wiki there, right? So once you go over there and have a look at that wiki, the documents for PUSD algo are going to be exactly the same sort of format as the wiki on Mafia, because it just works a lot better. It's a lot easier. It's a lot streamlined. You know, if you look at the PUSD algo books right now, there's quite a lot of jumping around. One section brings you to another section, which brings you to another section, which actually all bring you back to the same section. It's kind of a little bit messed up, but yes. So that will all be changed, right? The sacrifices are still coming in. As a matter of fact, anyone out there that doesn't know what PUSD algo is, it is a new algorithmic stablecoin specifically on Pulse Chain, which pretty much fixes the problems that that plagues algorithmic stablecoins. Right? It balances supply and balances the peg through a series of stability miners. Right, and the stability miners are owned largely. There's a lot of them owned by the protocol, and there's a lot of them owned literally by you, the users, right? There's a sacrifice currently open. I know we all have sacrifice fatigue, but if there is one flagship sort of product that Pulse Chain would really, really benefit from, which it absolutely needs, it is an algorithmic stablecoin, right? One that really, really works. So we all know that Luna itself did 1.6 million%, right, when that was around. You know, getting one right and having it over here on our little corner of the world would absolutely, you know, all shiny lights would come on us. Really, we would be in the spotlight, really be in the spotlight. And that's not just something that you know that's passed Jacob by. He absolutely knows that he would be in the spotlight for this. So you know, if he's willing to do that, then you know it's going to be pretty much something really shit hot, right? So so that is PUSD algo. If you do want to sacrifice, then I will put a link on this later on. But first, I want to bring up a little buddy of mine. He is here. How are you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Thanks a lot for inviting me on, man. It's been a second. I heard you talking about something about a algo stable. What's up with that?
Yeah, so one of the protocols that Jacob is currently working on is called Pulsechain USD. PulsechainUSD.io. It's basically an algorithmic stablecoin that sort of fixes the problems that algorithmic stablecoins have, right? You know, one of the problems that we all know about Luna was that it pretty much, in order to keep its peg, it was just managing supply, manipulating supply. And what it would do whenever it needed to, you know, keep a peg, it would mint more Luna, sell that for the stablecoin to try and shore up the price. And because of that, as soon as there was a bit of negative market sentiment around, it basically minted itself into infinity, right, into nothingness. So it just really sort of killed itself in the space of like about 3 weeks. I mean, you were around. Do you remember?
I remember seeing it. I was even silly enough to buy a little bit of the dip on that. I was hoping to get a quick trade and like, oh, you know, it's bound to have a dead cat bounce for sure. Nope. Quite a bit more from there. So you know what they say about trading, folks. It's only
exactly. Yeah, but one of the ways this the Pulsechain USD pretty much manages the peg is done with a number of stability miners. So stability miners are like an arbitrage bot, and through the protocol, when we actually had a prototype up and running last year for this, Jacob, I think we had around 45, 46 different stability miners that were running. They were doing, I think they did $140,000 or $150,000 worth of trading in like 24 hours. And the peg itself was, I mean, it was like a flat line in a hospital. It was like perfect. It was actually more securely held, even though that was our prototype, it was more securely held than the Coast stablecoin that was literally just launched around that time.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so we've proven that it works. But in order to hit the ground running with it, really, because it's pretty much built, you have to set super thick liquidity from the outset, right? I mean, it's a stablecoin, you know, and you know, we can't really ask Jacob to fork up all the money for it. So there's a sacrifice currently running. We've got an idea of a soft cap of around $1 million right now. We're about halfway there. I think we've got around $450,000 right now. We need to sort of hit that soft cap just so Jacob is comfortable enough to say, okay, we have significant liquidity, so no whales can come in and really try and manipulate the system from day one. You know.
Do you guys have thoughts on what you would want the initial liquidity to be with, like, on launch?
It'll probably have to be. We're estimating around 75-80% of the $1 million, right? So you know, let's just say it's $750,000 or $800,000. We think that is significant enough, because the only way that you can actually get the best way to get the stablecoin is actually to buy the algo token, which is like the Luna, right? Because with that you can the algo token will always have more liquidity than it will have super thick liquidity based on more than PUSD, right? The stablecoin itself, because what we're trying to do is incentivize people to buy this algo token. In the protocol, you can literally just mint it. You can always mint $1 worth for your stablecoin, and then with the stablecoin, you can actually set up your own stability miners, and you get rewards for doing that within the system. You get another token which is called Flex, and with the Flex token, then you can actually use that. That's basically a rewards token. You can do whatever you want with that, really. But there's an earn part of the protocol as well. So if you lock up your Flex tokens, then you get a share of the fees that the protocol is earning from all their trading, basically. And we know there's lots and lots and lots of trading done on stablecoins.
Oh yeah,
because exactly right. So and I think the protocol takes, I think it was 1% of all the trades, and 1% of when you mint your PUSD with your algo token. But then when you want to end your stability miners, you know, it kind of works similar like Hex in a way. So the longer and the more money that you provide to the protocol through your stability miner, then the more rewards that you get. There's also even a part of the protocol which is pretty much exactly like Hex. So you can lock up or stake away your algo tokens, or you can lock up and stake away your PUSD tokens, and then you will literally burn them. You will earn an interest, and then when at the end of that stake, then they get reminted again. Pretty much the same. Exactly the same as Hex. Yeah, it's exactly the same as Hex. So we think, so we think by incentivizing people to not just literally just buy the stablecoin itself, you know, but actually use the protocol and then to create the stability miners. We know, like I say, when we did our own testing on the prototype, it was absolutely working perfectly, and that was a relatively small number. But you can imagine, you know, if you have 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 people who are all providing these stability miners to the protocol, I mean, that peg will never, ever deviate. I mean, I think we saw 0.036 was the most it deviated to the upside. I mean, it was insane.
So a little bit more with the liquidity front, because I know the XUSD guys, I'm pretty sure they even have a thicker pair with DAI than they do with Pulse.
We were talking about something. We're talking about doing it with DAI, and then last year I think the idea came around that we might do it off the back of the liquid loans stable. I mean, but now we've seen a lot of these liquidity forks coming around. There's quite a few stables to choose from now, I think. And also, I mean, we really don't know what Richard's going to do with all the DAI.
DAI. By the way, speaking of DAI, just real quick, did you see out of the blue, Richard Hart meme DAI just did like a 2x out of nowhere? Just now.
Oh, is that in the last couple of days or just a couple of seconds ago?
No, like literally, let me see it for like in the last day, like yesterday.
Yeah, I saw someone posting about it on X. Yeah, but it's weird, right? So I'm starting to get confused on all these fucking DAI. There's so many, and now we've got a bunch of different P DAIs, right?
I know.
It's it's getting a bit insane.
Yeah.
So I think really with this algorithmic stablecoin protocol, I mean, I've been having some chats with some pretty big fish in the Pulse community. They like the idea of it because, I mean, ultimately, you know, people are going to want to store their crypto in stables. I think when this bear market starts creeping up on us.
Yeah, I really like
and
that.
you know,
Sorry to interrupt you just real quick.
yeah.
Pulse Chain seems to be really taking the lead on experimenting with so many different, you know, stable coins. You know what I mean? We really love our stable coins over here. I mean, we got the liquid loans guys, you know, Pulse back stable coin. We got the Pulse X back stable coin. Is there not a Hex back stable coin as well? Again, I don't know.
I think no, I think there is. I think
but it's a huge niche on Pulse Chain. I don't think we have these you know, appreciating stable coins or these different sorts of stable coins, you know, in any other layer one. You know what I mean?
No, I know, but I mean, everyone loves everyone loves Liquidity and Aave, right? And they know that those things are crucial to a layer one. So, hey, like I always say, look, the more the merrier. We need it all, right? We need it all. We need the good stuff, the bad stuff, the ugly stuff. We need it all.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think it's cool to see.
Yeah.
Never done that.
Yeah. How are you getting on with Mafia? I saw you got your character up and go.
Oh man, yeah. So you know, I think we streamed that. I don't even know when we streamed. It's been like maybe what, 2 months, a month? I don't know, something like that.
Just over a month, I think. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I've been working a ton. So, but I finally did get around to finally open up a profile here, man. And dude, it was really cool to see the if you go to like the, what is it? It's under the businesses. You guys like fully have a roulette and slot machine system fully up and running. And I think you might have mentioned that last time, but I don't think I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I've streamed. I've streamed. I've had a couple of game nights.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. Like the fact that you guys have that up and running and it works perfectly and it's pretty fast, man. I was taking a look at what the fees are per transaction. Like it takes a couple seconds, whatever, but it's still pretty fast. And it's like half a penny per transaction, something like that, roughly. Like it's very cheap. It works very smoothly. I had fun with it. It's pretty cool, man. It's really cool that you have you know, roulette tables, slot machines fully up and running. Although I would say I think I prefer. I don't know what you feel, how you feel about this, but the roulette table, because those slot machines, I don't win as much. I don't know what the odds were, but and get this too. You know, this is gonna shock everyone's. I'm gonna blow everyone's minds here, but I ended up actually losing money gambling. Could you believe that? but it was fun, man. I had a good time. It's really cool to see you have that going, and it seems like you also have, like, I'm taking a look at it now, more sections here. Like aside from the casinos, you have like a marketplace, but in the business section, you have things that don't seem to be. The status is closed for services, weapons. So like, there's more stuff coming down the pipeline here.
Pre-ranking. The pre-ranking is our next phase. That's literally, like, fingers crossed, touch wood, all the rest of that stuff. We're looking at about 3 weeks, you know, 2 to 3 weeks. And then so it's basically pre-ranking, right? So when that happens, the game is effectively live, like fully ready to going. The only thing that's not live at that stage will be the kill simulator. So, you know, you will be able to do everything. When this comes around, you'll be able to go and do heists. You'll be able to steal cars. You'll be able to sell them to car crushers. You know, any of the big families can set up their, you know, their narcotics routes. They can start doing, pretty much you can start doing business. And the only thing you can't do is kill anybody yet. So we're literally getting there. Like, the game is literally about to actually fully go live, even though right now you can already make money about 4 or 5 different ways to play the game.
Yeah. Okay. And also another thing too that I want to clarify, just good to get out there, is so when you go to like the roulette tables and stuff, that's owned by like another player in the game. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if I lose money, they're getting paid.
Yeah, they get the money, cool, minus a fee. But also, if you break the bank, right? So if you win enough on that table and that player for whatever reason can't pay you, automatically that table is yours.
Really?
Yeah. You break the bank and then it's your table.
That's really that's really interesting. Yeah. So that encourages some more degeneracy, which is a cool game dynamic. No, it's really interesting, man. I was kind of surprised how well that functions. Yeah.
Yeah, so the roulette table is actually, like, it's quite old tech for us. I mean, that was around when we launched BNB Pot, right? It's going to be part of the Pulse Pot casino, but the thing is, we really need an Oracle with a really good RNG you know, to be able to bring that out really to the masses. It's kind of easier to do within Mafia itself using our own RNG because there's only a certain number of players. It just makes it a hell of a lot easier. But decentralized slots, that is something which is pretty much a world's first, actually. 100% decentralized slots, and I think the return to player is like 90. I mean, it's about 97%, I think, on slots.
What do you mean?
Actually, I think it's the same for roulette right now. The return to player. So
return to player.
So every casino game has a return to player percentage. You know, you play this game and I think 97% of the time you will win something.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know, you might get, I forget what it is. You might get 2 bodyguards and a diamond.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So you're not actually getting. Yeah, you'll just win something back. So I think but that's one of the reasons that video slots as a game are so addictive for people in the real world, because you're always winning something back. It's just little bits, you know. That's it. It's those little quick wins, and I think that's why video slots is going to be, well, it's going to be phenomenal, man. It really is. Yeah, it's already awesome. Already. How have the community been treating you since you came?
They've been extremely welcoming. I'm very appreciated. In fact, someone sent me some stuff. I didn't delve into it because I kind of wanted to wait to talk to you to kind of hopefully have someone who actually knows what they're doing kind of tell me what the options are. But they've been great. I don't know if you saw, I kind of popped into the Telegram. You know, I asked just a few questions. I've just been trying to get a lay of the land a bit here. People were super nice, which is especially great considering who I am, someone who says things who might not be in my best interest to say. So I think that it speaks especially highly of you, of all you guys, for how welcoming you are. Yeah, man. So it's been really cool. I think someone sent me a piece of real estate. So I did kind of try and mess around on the map a bit, and it didn't seem like I could do too much. It did seem like I could like all the land plots were taken up, and I did see a couple on the open market. But someone was nice enough to send a shed in Chicago to myself, and also an empty tile slot in Chicago as well. I also
Chicago. Chicago. Yeah. That's directorate territory.
Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah. So also this is public. I'm very happy to kind of share this. I'm Brandon B Me on Pulse Mafia. So if whenever you create an account, I see there's a number right under my account. It's 1180. Is that like, can you find someone like that? If you have like their number, is that like the?
No, you find someone just by their name.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm looking here. I'm actually looking at your character now. So so you're actually player 1180. Yeah, that's right. So you're the 1180th person whose character has been created. I can see that you're in Canada. No family allegiances as yet.
No. I'm also a stray dog.
You are, you're a stray dog at the moment. So you've got 2 land tiles, you've got 2 bodyguards and a Thompson gun, and you've got 2 keys.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's funny. I was taking a look at your marketplace here, and I thought I bought some ammo, but I guess not. But I did buy like level 3 SAM or the Thompson gun on the market, and I bought the dip because it shows you the price, right? Like the price is. Right? I was like, oh, it's down a little bit. I'll buy the dip on a Thompson gun here. So that's kind of cool. How you could actually track the price like that on the marketplace, and that's pretty cool here.
Yeah, I can see here. So you've got a shed in Chicago. I can see. So you can rank up that shed. Mm-hmm. You know, I would have a look at the map and see where you're placed on the map. See if you're next to any family headquarters or any relative business items or something, because some of those tiles which are close to, like I say, businesses, or if they're close to family headquarters and connecting tiles, they can actually be worth quite a lot just because they might impede business moving forward. So that could either be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on who you're talking to. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, by the look of it, I mean, you've got 2 pieces of land in Chicago, the director in Chicago. I wouldn't, it's not a very big stretch to say that the directorate might not reach out and ask you to come on board or something. You never know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
Or you know, like what we're saying, you know, get your own family and do some business with them. Everybody makes money.
right. Yeah. Okay, dude, this is great. This is exciting. I like this stuff. So I'm trying to get a lay of the land here. So I'm actually in the map, and I saw. So the map here, it says Chicago is the #1 family is the Yakuza, but within Chicago, there's still other families operating. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's every city has a headquarters for 8 families. So it could be that maybe there is only one family that actually currently running around in that city, but every city will have space for 8 different families if they need it. As the game obviously gets bigger, we'll start to see that. I think that's where we'll start to see a lot of the battles within cities, because it's ultimately a fight for dominance, isn't it? Really.
So as a new player here, what are some of the options as to how I can get started? Like, I know you mentioned there's the option of going solo, joining a family, starting your own family. As just a new person who's still just trying to get a lay of the land, and I'm sure, because I took a look briefly at the wiki, there seems like there's a lot of different options here. But in terms of maybe some places where I could get started here, like, what would you recommend?
Well, like I say, you've got 2 pieces of land, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what you can do on one of the pieces of land, you've got a shed, right? So you can by staking away mafia tokens in the game, you can rank up that piece of land, and then what that piece of land will do at certain increments, that piece of land will earn you daily in-game cash interest every single day.
I see. So I need to buy more mafia, is what you're telling me.
Okay, I will say this to everybody out there that's listening. Everybody out there that's listening, in my opinion, you do not have enough mafia tokens. This game is just getting started, and these things, there's only 1 billion. These things are going to be getting burnt very, very soon. They're getting locked away like crazy. I think I don't even know the percentage of locked away mafia right now. I think it's about 40% locked away within the game in all these different, these different ways in the game. Obviously, if you lock up your mafia tokens within a family and you put it into the family bank, you will earn 0.5% compounding interest on those every single day. That's currently as it stands right now. In terms of in-game cash, by ranking up your land, you get more in-game cash, which you can use then again to ratio back out into mafia and then stake that again. So basically, you're just increasing this interest wheel as we go forward, right? As the game continues to progress. That's just one of the ways you can make money on the marketplace. You can continue to buy nice stuff on the marketplace. Make sure that your bodyguards are on point. You will be able to rank up your bodyguards as well throughout the game. So even though I see here you've got a level 3 and a level 5, a Sam and a Johnny, you will be able to rank those up also to get more power. And as they get more power, and as your land gets more power, and as you build up your inventory, your worth goes up also. And then that unlocks different features within the game for you. So the idea is keep ranking up.
Keep ranking up. What do the bodyguards do? Like, how are they useful?
So you have 4 different types of bodyguards. So you have an offensive bodyguard. Obviously, if you want to go and try and attack another player, you would be using those, right? So you're using their attack power. You've got, so they're the offensive. You've got defensive. So if someone's trying to attack you, they will actually hit your bodyguards first before they get to you, right? So obviously, the more powerful your bodyguard is, the less impact you will effectively get. You have a set of bodyguards who are very good at communications. So they will, maybe it's a thing you want to talk to another mafia don or something within the game, and you have to go through a go-between, and the go-between would be your bodyguard. And then you have an economical bodyguard as well. So that's someone who's pretty much going to be taking care of your business, I guess. I don't really know much about that. I haven't actually read much about that one, but I think it's going to be like someone who would be effectively managing your business when you're away, that sort of thing.
Interesting, man. Yeah, I'm looking.
So there's a lot. There's a lot of them.
Learning more about this. Yeah, there's a lot, which is good, which is great. It's what you kind of want to see. I did manage to find my shed, so I found my shed in Chicago. That's cool to see. Yeah, and I see it's a stake mafia upgrade, rotate. Very cool. So I also noticed that if I understand correctly, all the slots are already purchased or already taken up.
On Pulse Chain, they're all gone. Yeah,
they're all gone. So if anyone wanted to buy one, you'd have to go to the marketplace. Is that right?
Yeah, or you can do an OTC deal with another player.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's interesting.
And that's why we think, especially because they're all sold out, and a lot of people, like, there's a lot of players. I mean, you can look at some player profiles. Some of the top players, they've got, they might have 100 different pieces of land, and they're developing them at various different stages, because it's really about earning the yield, right? Obviously we want to promote locking away mafia tokens. Fantastic for everybody, right? Get, limited supply, and you're literally earning this in-game cash, which then you can ratio out back into mafia token through the exchange as and when you need. So I mean, we have some people right now who are in-game cash versions. They're already billionaires, and they're just printing money every day.
That's cool. Yeah, the in-game cash.
It's a fantastic earner. Yeah, and one thing as well I like is that playing the games, like the roulettes and the video slots and stuff, that's all in-game cash. So you're actually winning in-game cash, which you can ratio back into mafia token, stake the mafia token in your properties, rank up your properties. But you can do this lovely little circle, and also even on the marketplace, you can actually sell things, in various different currencies and stuff like that too. So it's awesome, man. This game is just getting better and better. And when pre-ranking comes, it's live. It's fingers on the pulse. I think I can't wait to steal a car. I can't wait to steal a car.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to stealing a car as well, hopefully. So when is it coming? You said it was soon. You said what, 3 weeks?
It's literally it could be as soon as 2 weeks. I said 2.5 weeks.
2 more weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. But Jacob is pretty good with his deadline.
Right on, man. Yeah, okay. That's great. I'm looking forward to it. I need to start streaming more, and I need to do it and stream Pulse Mafia. Maybe just the roulette table,
Yeah. So, hey, we can organize a game night. I'll jump on with you. Play some bets.
Dude, sounds great, man. This is something that can kind of take up people's attention while we're all slogging through this bear market, bull market, whatever.
Well, we're in a bear market. It's Pulse Chain, man. No surprises. No surprises.
Yeah.
But very interesting. We broke 8 billion Pulse the other day in the vault, in-game vault.
Nice.
I'm actually looking at the price of the in-game vault now, right? So 8 billion Pulse is currently worth $285,000. About 3 weeks ago, it was double that. So Pulse is dropping like a stone.
Yeah, we're at all-time lows. We're basically all-time lows, right? So it's really impressive that it's that at all-time lows, right? Like if this bull market ever hits us, when it does, right?
Yeah, exactly. When it does, the amount of money that can be made in this game is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I don't know if you noticed. It's not official yet on Pulse Chain, but on BNB Mafia, we're listed on DApp Radar now.
Nice.
As of the last couple of weeks. I've been speaking to those guys quite a bit, and we won some free marketing last week. I'm just waiting for the guy to get back to me regarding the dates and all that, how that's all going to plan out. Actually, I'll expect to hear back from him today. I just reminded myself. He did get back to me today. I'll have a check tomorrow. So we want some free marketing with that. I'm working with those guys to try and get Pulse Chain listed, right? Because they literally do not list Pulse Chain. They don't have integration with Pulse Chain as a blockchain at all. And then once that happens, though, then we can start to get Pulse Mafia on there. One of the things which we're very conscious of is they have 1.5 million unique monthly visitors to the website, right? We are going to start pumping some marketing efforts towards them, because those are the people that are out there looking for protocols like ours. So we need to meet them halfway,
Absolutely. Yeah, man. No, that's great to hear. It's great to hear that you guys won that and are pursuing that, because this has a lot of potential. We really saw back in 2021. I mentioned last time we talked, Axie Infinity really took off. We haven't really seen anything gain traction like that. But on Pulse Chain, man, I don't know. There's no one doing what you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly not at this level. This is really cool to see.
Yeah, we're you know, it's basically Jacob and team. They're a well-rounded team, right? They're quite prolific as a dev team, I guess, right? We've got the casino projects on 2 chains. We've got Pulse Predict, which is prize call betting, literally just waiting for an oracle to get that done. We've got Pulse Chain USD, which is coming around. So an algorithmic stablecoin that fixes the problems with algorithmic stablecoins. That's coming along. And that's going to be, to be perfectly honest, I think that's going to be even bigger than Mafia. I think because that has the potential, if it gets the right attention, but basically if it works as it's supposed to,
the algo you're saying.
which yeah. If it works the way it's supposed to, it'll get all eyes on us, because it's just a matter of time before someone takes that and forks that to another blockchain, because it works. When that happens, then, I mean, Pulse Chain, you're welcome for all the marketing exposure, you know, and everyone who bought Algo, you know, you're welcome for the, I don't do price predictions, but my God, the amount of X's that can, you know, get an Algo stablecoin right. Whew,
but
phenomenal.
Algo is the Algo token is meant to be the stablecoin, or the
Algo token is the Luna.
Right, okay.
Which is the appreciate, and then Pulse Chain USD, PUSD, is the stablecoin.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's a Flex token, which is the rewards token for utilizing the protocol.
Yeah. And you said
great stuff.
That SAC is live, eh? You said
that SAC is live. Anyone that sacrifices, you will get a referral link. With your referral link, you can obviously send that to other people. You get, I think it's anywhere from 9% up to a 20% bonus. So let's just say, I mean, I actually have a 20% referral link. So anyone that sacrificed using my link, just by using my link, they would automatically get a 20% bonus. Also, if they were to sacrifice more than $1,000, there's a secondary bonus, which is like an RNG, which they will get anywhere between 1.01 and up to a 2x. So the way I like to explain to people is, if you were to sacrifice, say, $5,000, with my 20%, that would turn it into $6,000. And because it's over $1,000, if you were lucky enough to get the 2x, then that would turn it into $12,000. So you can turn $5,000 into a $12,000 sacrifice. And like I say, right now we're at about 450, just approaching 450, on the way to $1 million. I've spoken to some quite big players out there who will be sacrificing. I mean, we're going to hit this number sooner rather than later, I hope. And once we do that, I just want to get this product out there. Superman, like Hex Token, and myself, to be perfectly honest, out of all of Jacob's protocols, I think PUSD is kind of the one that's really, I'm not so much of a gamer, but I love the tech behind Mafia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But PUSD Algo, I mean, that in itself, I mean, it's a world's first. You know, getting an algorithmic stablecoin right, biggest innovation in all of crypto probably at this stage. Getting an algorithmic stablecoin right is it's the golden goose that everyone's kind of chase. And you know, teams keep trying it and teams keep failing. But we think we can get it right. So, I mean,
you know what? That I kind of want to maybe double down and ask you more about that, because I think it would be a good clip. So, because a lot of people do have some hesitation whenever someone hears algorithmic. Oh my God, Algo stablecoin. You know, they have PTSD from Terra Luna. Even my PTSD gets triggered, right? So, like, what would you guys have to say to those people that do have the concerns about, you know, Algo stablecoins?
Well, it's really just about, you know, how the peg is sustained, right? What is it that actually keeps that peg pegged? You know, like I say, with Luna, I mean, Luna came out and it was, you know, it was the nice shiny thing. Everyone absolutely loved it. Everyone was okay. You know, this is the next level tech. It did 1.6 million%. You know, and it literally, it was just, how was it actually keeping this peg? It was quite simple. It's every time there was a deviation to the downside of the CST, then of the stablecoin, they would mint more Luna, sell that Luna into the stablecoin to shore up the price again. Anytime there was a deviation to the upside, they would take those profits out and buy Bitcoin with it. And then they were trying to show, you know, because they believed, okay, you know, Bitcoin will go up in value and we will always have that security. Of course, bear market came around, Bitcoin, you know, got shorted, and because the price of CST started dropping, it just kept minting more Luna to try and buy up the price, and end up it just caused a death spiral downwards, and they were just wiped out. It was wiped out, and it was that fast. It was so quick, and so I remember it was like 3 weeks, and it dropped from like $120 down to, I don't know, 3 zeros and a 1 3 or something.
Something like that, yeah.
It was absolutely, it was horrible. And
it was really crazy to see it drop 99% and then 99% again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And and then once that happened, with PUSD Algo, now what we're doing is literally, so you set stability miner yourself. So you're basically lending the protocol your dollars in terms of you can actually, I think you can actually do it in, right now there's a few different currencies you can use on post chain, but I think the ultimate goal is that you'll be able to just do whatever, right? And you're basically setting up your own little arbitrage bot, really. And as soon as there's any deviation to the downside, which like I say, on the prototype that we did with a very small number of these stability miners, we saw, I think it was 0.036% deviation that we saw. I mean, that's like absolutely tiny, like a blip on the radar, But anytime that there is a deviation to the downside, then some of the borrowed in funds will be used to try and shore that back up again. Any deviations to the upside, then that is used to pay everyone within the system for utilizing the system and giving them, and basically paying everybody the yield that they deserve for doing it. It's pretty phenomenal stuff, man. I'd be more than happy to do a full video dedicated to it, and I'll walk you through the website and the whole lot,
Yeah, I'd be down. That sounds great. Like you mentioned, right? No one's a lot of people have tried, a lot of people have failed in doing that. We haven't really seen anyone truly succeed with that. So if you guys think you got the right combination here, I'm very intrigued by that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I would be more than happy to do that. One of the things, and like I say, Superman as well, like Hex Token, I think he's changed the name of the channel now to the Kryptonite Show. He's so bullish about this as well. POC Algo is, I mean, like I say, I sound like a bit of a broken record just because I'm so bullish about it, but it has the potential to be the flagship product for Pulse Chain.
And you guys are launching hopefully near the bottom, right? So I think it's honestly a good time for launching.
Exactly. So it's literally just about making sure that we have the right liquidity from the outset. And once we have that, we're confident that everything is running along as it should be. We have another mess around with it. I know there's going to be revamp to the website, but I mean, right now it's full steam ahead. Full steam ahead with Mafia. The game is nearly here. That's fantastic. We have the rebranding of all the casino protocols. They're all going to be changing over to onchain.bet, and then onchain.bet is going to be a real player in the crypto casino game. That in itself is going to be fantastic. I mean, again, world's first truly decentralized PvP casino on chain is what PulsePot and BNB Pot are. Real decentralized video slots, real decentralized roulette tables. No signups, no fees, none of that crap. There's no memberships, nothing like that. It's literally just, you want to play a game, okay? You're putting your money against another player who is also wanting to play that game. Somebody's going to win, the protocol gets a fee, and then the protocol uses that fee, 100% of it, to go back and burn the native token from native protocol token. I think right now, PLSP has burnt, I think we're approaching about 5.75% of all the tokens in existence are nearly gone already.
Of Mafia?
No, of PLSP, the PulsePot token.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the casino token. Yeah, I mean, that's, everything's going to be rebranded to on-chain. And then when that happens, it's to the roof, straight through the roof. Pulse Predict is around already, right? So that's price call. So literally you can go and do a decentralized price bet against someone else, which I think is, I don't know why and more people aren't using it right now, because right now is the time you can make some really funny bets.
Yeah, I bet. So I just pulled it up right now. This is actually really interesting. So I imagine, I know people like, KDP and what's his face? have that famous bet about,
Oh, Eric, yeah.
Eric Wall,
50K, yeah.
They could do it here on Pulse Predicts, couldn't they? I mean, I'd
they
imagine.
can. Right. Yeah, they absolutely could.
So moving forward, if you want to do anything like that, instead of this, hiding money in the Caymans and some middleman, no, you could just use pulsepredict.io here.
Yeah, that's it. Lock it up in the smart contracts and see who wins. That's it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Really, a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, Mafia is taking front and center right now. Jacob posted in the Telegrams. I think it was last night or this morning. I saw it early this morning, but he was saying that he's been spying Sonic blockchain for a Mafia deployment.
Really?
Yeah. Because you remember I told you the plan is to take this to other blockchains and through Chainlink CCIP have different blockchains playing against each other.
Yeah.
And it looks like Sonic might be next because, I mean, they're EVM, right? So EVM compatible, that's fantastic. So we're literally plug and play. And Jacob said there's some interesting ways that we can get around feeding the vault. So there actually might not be any taxes on the Mafia token itself. And through the marketplace, and through the different business, the fees that are collected, all that would be going to feed the vault. Interesting ideas. I never really looked at Sonic.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't looked at Sonic either, to be honest. I've been here in Pulse. But that is really interesting because it is EVM, right? Do you guys have any other EVMs in mind that you guys are thinking about?
Base. I think Base would be a very good one for us. I know that there was, because the idea of going, the idea of being chain agnostic, if you like, was all centered around the casinos, right? We wanted to do casino project, launch it on different casinos, on different blockchains. And I know, right, we have BNB already, Pulse Chain. I think Base was one, Radix was one, Arbitrum was one we were looking at. But I mean, since then, Sonic is around now, Sui Chain is around, Base is starting to do its thing, even though it's kind of still the new kid on the block. I mean, hell of a lot of users. We were toying with the idea of doing things on Solana, even though it's not EVM, just because of the communities that are over there. But I mean, I think he's breaking.
Really? It breaks on Solana? It's not been going smooth?
No, Solana breaks down all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually use it. I just see people all over X bitching about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing about Solana is it's already done so well, right? It's not undervalued. It's the consensus play, right? So at least, hey, that's one thing we got, right? We're non-consensus for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
What do you think, in your opinion? What do you think it takes for Pulse Chain to actually do something? Because we keep getting all the right things, right? We won the court case, or court case got dismissed. Richard's tweeting. I mean, granted, he's not doing lives, but the community are doing conferences, and everybody seems happy. And there's some good performing tokens on the chain.
Yeah, there are.
Individually, there's some money to be made out there.
Yeah, for sure. I think I have a non-consensus view on this matter. But it's actually not non-consensus. I'm just one of the few who will actually say it out loud. Look, I think that Richard Hart being president and active really truly matters for the long-term potential of our chain here. I don't think Richard not coming back is just a matter of I just want to see the guy. I miss him personally, or I just want to see a short-term pump and dump. No. When Richard Hart, here's the thing, guys. I think a lot of newer people who weren't around when Hex first launched, I think forget what it was like back then. But I was around, and I remember the person Richard Hart said he was all the time, very consistently for 2 years, and that was the person I chose to bet on when I put every penny to my name in Pulse X.
Didn't you sell your car as well at the last second to try and get something on the Pulse X app?
I did a lot more than that. I way over leveraged myself, and you can imagine what that might mean. I everything that wasn't nailed down, I basically put into the Pulse X sack and more.
Yeah.
And I've been dealing with the consequences of my mistake for the last while. I'll delve into details one day, but I don't think I should share more details other than that for now.
That's fair.
Point being that, like, guys, I think that no matter how, it doesn't matter how hard we try to ignore certain realities of how things were in the past, other people can see how this looks like, regardless of whether or not we choose to not acknowledge it.
Oh my God, how diplomatic of you.
So, like, I never bought into this, like, we all just need to ignore what's happening as hard as we can, and that'll be the solution. No, everyone else sees that if someone says they're a public fighter for 2 years straight and raises money and then disappears with, maybe arguably a flimsy excuse, or, we understand the nuances, but guys, people are outside our chain do not appreciate the nuances like we do. This has the appearance of abandonment to people outside our chain who aren't in the trenches like us. And guys, look, I'm here with you. Like, I want Pulse Chain to do well. I've never sold ever since I got in. I've been accumulating. I've never left this chain. My bridge has been all in, barely anything, tiny, small amounts. It's been a massive net, just burning of money into these tickers for years. So I want this stuff to succeed, but I don't think reality denial is what works, guys. Richard Hart was our #1 communicator. And now that we've lost our #1 communicator, it has the appearance of abandonment. There's not really a sense of direction. There's low morale and a G culture because we don't have strong leadership at the top. We've seen kind of, other people attempt to do this. I think I saw someone not too long ago tweet about how Vitalik tried to step down. That didn't work out too well for Ethereum. So I certainly think Pulse Chain is in no position to have our #1 communicator just sail off into the sunset without consequence. And I'm sorry, guys, that's the reality. It doesn't matter how much we ignore it. That is how everyone else in the world sees it. So I think Richard Hart coming back is more than just, oh, I missed the guy. Oh, I want to see just a short-term pump and dump. No, I personally feel having your #1 communicator around is very important for communicating a long-term bull thesis, which we don't have. Arguably, one could argue, like, sure, we could all try and paint something in best case scenario, but let's just talk out loud here for a second, since we're on the topic. Like, we're supposed to be a faster, cheaper ETH. Okay, great. There's 30 other faster, cheaper ETHs, all who have public active founders who are in the industry and have massive war chests. Like, we need to outcompete the dozen EVM chains constantly coming out every other day. Okay, and our leader is missing in action. It's equivalent to this. Imagine, we're all soldiers in Pulse Chain land, okay? And we're all fighting the good fight, and we're in the trenches, and we're doing the best we can, and we believe we're fighting for a cause, and we believe in it. But our captain is completely missing in action, and Buddy Sergeant comes around and says, "Hey guys, maybe he's really fighting for us behind the lines, working. We just don't understand. We don't have all the information, and he's really out there." And he could be right, and that's true. And maybe Sergeant can say, our captain has a plan, guys. We gotta trust him. I know we don't see him, beside us in the trenches now, but he's out there. Trust in the plan, and he may be right. That Sergeant might be right. But also, it's perfectly reasonable in this thought experiment to imagine that Private next to you could be like, okay, man, but like, I don't know that for sure, and you sure should know that for sure. And that's like a great story, man. But like, we're in the trenches here, and I don't really know for sure if what you're saying is a load of shit, or if there's really something to it, right? So that's kind of the position we find ourselves in, where when some of the troops feel like their leader really isn't there fighting alongside you, maybe he could be, right? Maybe he's doing something in the background that you just don't have the information, and that could very well be the case. But there is a felt negative consequence to that absence, and it speaks to the fundamentals, not just something superficial, ethereal that doesn't really matter. You know, when I see a lot of people very pragmatically, very diplomatically focus and bring up the macro picture that, you know, the stock market's doing shit, Ethereum's doing shit. That's all true. And if Ethereum was at 10K right now, I'm sure we would all be doing fine. That's true. But it can also be true at the same time that the founder appearing to be absent to the rest of the world is not good. And if he was around visibly appearing to be fighting in the trenches along his soldiers, that there would be a great deal better morale. And I don't think that's nothing. And founders matter, man. I understand this is not a security, no expectation of profit from the work of others. But I also don't think, you know, I also think that while it's reasonable to not have expectations of profit from the work of others, I also at the same time think it's reasonable to have expectations that someone will be the person they said they were for years and years and years while it was convenient. And then at the drop of a dime, if they all of a sudden completely change and drop all their previously held principles that they spouted as holier than thou for years, without a great deal of explanation, that's, you know, people can interpret that as he's not being the person that he said he was for years. So to wrap it up, I do think Richard being here or not matters.
Yeah, no, for sure it matters. But I mean, I was listening to yesterday. I was listening to Dollar Cost Crypto. Miguel, he had a little roundtable with some of the boys. Matty Allen and RS Max was there. Abdul was there. There's a few of the guys were there, and they had a pretty good chat. It was very hex centric, I have to say. But they got on the topic of RH, and I mean, ultimately, I think the general consensus around the table, which is kind of exactly what we're talking about too here, actually, is that yes, it would be absolutely fantastic if he came back. You know, everyone has their own ideas why he's not around. Would it be fantastic if he came back? Yes, because we've seen that, you know, even a couple of tweets by him, and we've seen what that can do with the price, just, you know, on a very short term. But there has to come a time when like you say, the soldiers say, okay, you know what, this is our army now. You know, we don't need that captain no more. But there's a lot of money being floated around, and it's that money that's keeping us down. I think, like, so many people sacrifice really big bags, and I think people are just trying to make themselves whole. Fuck everyone else, you know. And I think that's causing a massive issue. Even though, you know, you can build all the right tech and you can build all the right stuff, and you can make sure that, like, you know, you like to call it pulse chain land, you know, make sure that pulse chain land has all its really cool stuff ready to go when people actually do come over here. I do believe that they will come. I think people will get over here. But yes, we just keep getting these fucking spanners in the works.
The culture matters, man.
Yeah.
In the 2021 cycle, there was real felt culture. You could feel it in the air of, this is actually revolutionary. We're all going to make it. And you're insane to not be mega long. And it was felt. Yeah. It wasn't just the cynical cope we see nowadays. It was genuine. And that's also just why I say the things I do online, because I genuinely want to believe in pulse chain instead of what I see as cynical cope that others offer. Look, I don't want to deny anyone their cope. If you need to deny reality to hold, like, I don't want to take that from you, but I'm not going to bring myself to just live in fairy tale land. Like, things are the way they are, and because things are the way they are, I do see people, like you mentioned the other day at I forget if it was the conference or whatever, talking about how we can pragmatically move forward. And I do appreciate that, and that's kind of the only thing we can do, kind of thing. But I do think Richard coming back matters quite a bit.
I absolutely think so too.
I think it's actually everything, to be honest. Like,
it would definitely change a lot of things. It would shut up a lot of people.
Yeah, it would. And look, maybe he's waiting for like 5K ETH, has this ultra master plan, 5K ETH, launch a exchange, do something with PDI, come out streaming, talking to everyone. Maybe has some master plan, but we don't know. We don't know. What we do know is we have plenty of tweets and videos talking about how Richard is a public fighter, the guy who, when Hex first went live, he didn't sleep for 48 hours and had a 4-hour long debate about, whether Hex was security or not when it was, theoretic. And then when it's real, he's missing in action, right? So, look, guys, it could all work out, right? Like he could have some master plan. I sure as shit hope he does, because if not, I'm not. I hope he comes back. Let's just put it that way, really, for the sake of all this. In fact, you know what? Just to throw in like something positive here, I have recently capitulated. I have capitulated into buying Ethereum. I bought Ethereum for the first time in years. Very recently, because Canada offers like a tax-free savings account. I don't know if you've ever heard that, TFSA,
No.
Where you can buy stock and it's like you don't have to pay taxes on it, but there's like a limited amount. So I'm kind of treating it like as a savings account kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have capitulated. I bought Ethereum for the first time in years. So hopefully that's like a bottom signal or something. We'll see, I guess, man.
Well, good. Hey, good luck with that. We'll have to put a pin in that one and remember it for the next time. We'll see how your ETH bag is going.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, man.
Cool. Guys, I know that Superman or the Kryptonite show is about to start on his channel. Go over there and watch that. He covers a lot of politics these days. Superman is he's getting on the politics train at the minute. He's starting to do he's pushing out a few videos a day now. He really is covering a lot of, like I say, world politics and general world macro stuff, everything that's going on. He loves to jump into his charts too, so go over there and have a look at that. Make sure you subscribe to Brandon's channel. I think it is YouTube/@Brandon, the Brandon B Show.
The Brandon B Show, that's right, yeah.
That's right, the Brandon B Show. Get over there, like, subscribe this video, do all that good stuff. If you're watching on X, make sure you subscribe to myself and Brandon, please. Buy Mafia because it's good for you. Play the game because pre-ranking is coming. You don't have enough Mafia token. You don't have enough PLSP, and you definitely don't have enough Algo and PUSD because it's not even out yet. Right, so if you are interested in finding out more about the POC algorithmic stablecoin, there's a link in the description below, and we can go and have a look at the website. I will actually post the link here for you too. If it's a thing that you do want to sacrifice, you'll get a 20% bonus using that link, and also if it's more than $1,000, you'll get an extra 1.01 up to a 2x on top of that, right? We will be talking about that a hell of a lot more as we start to get closer and closer. But right now, all eyes are on pre-ranking. So that's it from me. Brandon, any closing words for the folks?
Hold long and strong, friends. Eventually, this might go up.
I like that, short and sweet. All right, man. Thanks very much, everybody. I'll chat to you later.
Gifford Ware, it's an honor.
Got an anonymous tip, boss.
This is it. We stage the heist tonight.
And keep an eye on Kool-Aid. He's been known to water the plants.
Let's keep the plants out of this and focus on the job.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Because a man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.